Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Abdurrahim Salisu, V2 Royal QT Motion International. As you all know, this session is always on question and answer, where everyone get to ask his or her question, or any areas that you find difficult or you're facing challenges. You ask the question, we provide an answer for the benefit of the audience. So in order not to waste time, we'll just get started straight. If you have any question or any challenge there's something you don't understand, or there's something you're facing, a challenge you're facing that is causing you to demoralizing your desire in Royal Q, this is where you can come and share your complaint so that I will listen to it and provide an answer to it. So starting with Hope. Queen Hope, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
All right, please. Good evening, coach.
Please, if you know I can hear you clearly, but please let me talk to others. If you know that your background is noisy, this is a class. It's free of charge, but because of it's free of charge, I think I will stop tolerating nonsense. If you're coming to this class and you know that your background is noisy and you cannot mute yourself, I'll just remove you silently and I will not admit you to the meeting again. It's not by force. It's free of charge, but at least let's stick to the rule. Once you know that your background is noisy, you can mute yourself. You know that even if you mute yourself, you can still hear me. So you can be hearing the news alone, and also be listening to what I'm saying. But when your noise is disturbing us, disturbing others, it will prevent others to hear what I am saying, or what the person that is going to ask the question, what he or she is saying. How many hours? Just 1 hour, we're done. Some people get started in Royal Q, but they don't really understand. Just today, somebody activated his Royal Q last year. Just today, person chatted me up. I will show you guys the chat. He said he wants to sell his Royal Q. When I asked him, does he really know what is even Royal Q? You know, he doesn't even know what is the meaning of referral. He doesn't even know anything about Royal Q. You activate your robot, you don't even know what it is. All you just need to do is to put money and make money. Is that how Elon Musk or Dangote did? You don't bloody care how is it? How is it? So how is it working? You don't want to know. I want to make money. My brother, the guy chatted me that he wants to sell his Royal Q. I was just smiling and laughing. If you know what is Royal Q, once you activate your robot, I don't think you'll be interested in profit for now. You should be interested in the knowledge, because it's the knowledge that metamorphoses to profits. And look at it now, we now have videos where you don't need to stress yourself and crack your brain. Just watch the videos and make it and understand what is going on. Thank you. So, Queen Hope, I'll start with you.
All right, thank you, Coach. All you said have been noted. One, I actually have two questions, and about the first one, remember again that you said you're going to talk about manual replenishment. I don't know if it's this class or the one on Sunday. Okay, my first question is this. I've always heard you talk about the type of strategy mode to use, and I couldn't judge the cipher why you choose one over the other. For instance, I've always heard you talk about the submit mode real-time settlement over submit mode and old warehouse mode. So I have a running coin, and I tried to change it back to one of this into that submit mode real-time settlement. Then I can now open more margin calls. But I couldn't do that because it kept giving a prompt that says the number of your replenishment is more than 4 times and it cannot be whatever, you know. So I wanted to throw more light around that area. Thank you.
Okay. If I hear you clearly, you said the first question you asked is manual replenishment. There are two ways of coming out of floating loss. Yes. One is I want to be making money why I wait for my coin to sell. The second is I want to come out of floating loss, even if I'm not making money. I want to come out in a short period of time, depending on how I analyze the coin. That's the two, and which I'm going to schedule a class for that, maybe on Sunday or any other time, but not today. Today, I want to end the last tactics, sexually the third tactics of setting the robots and knowing how to pick the coin on TradingView. Now, That's the first, like I said, the first question that you ask is going to be addressed either on Sunday or Monday. But the second question you ask, there are three. What makes GrowIQ unique is the sub-beam mode, warehouse mode, and sub-beam mode real-time settlement. No any exchanger in the whole world, no any exchanger has that feature. Sub-beam mode, sub-beam mode real-time settlement, and warehouse mode. And I challenge everyone on this Zoom, 50, we have 14 or 15 here. There is no any online business as of today that you can make money now, and withdraw your money now, and your money is 100% in your custody, and there's nothing like loss, 0% loss. There is none. If there is, drop it on the chat box. I challenge you to drop it on the chat box. Except it's a Ponzi scheme that will not last. Which is why it is very important. Once you activate your robot, your goal is to accumulate knowledge. Now, that's warehouse mode. Once you go to warehouse mode and you put it on warehouse mode, you are telling the robot to set the whole of the, let me share my screen, just to make everyone understand. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, please.
No, no, I can't see your screen.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes, you're seeing it.
Now, when you say warehouse mode, that is this feature, warehouse mode. Let me use red. Warehouse mode. Now, we have margin call 1 to 100. Now, if you are using 7 margin calls, for instance, and you put it on warehouse mode, now from margin call 1 to 4, the robot looks at it as a single entity. It cannot sell the calls differently. Margin call 1, margin call 2, margin call 3, margin call 4. It cannot sell them differently. It sells them as one. For example, you have $20 on margin call 1, $30 on margin call 2, that's $50. $40 on margin call 3, that's $90. Then another $60 on margin call 4, that's $150. And let's say your first buy is $20, so $170 in total. The robot will look at it as one entity, selling them and giving you a profit on your $170 because it's looking at a single entity. But from margin call 5 upward, it can sell them at different, it can sell it at different entity and also at a different take profit. Sorry. Now, when you put it on warehouse mode, you are telling the robot to look at the whole of the margin call as one, just like it's looking at it as one when it comes to margin call 1 to 4. I repeat, you have a first buy amount of 20, for instance, and your first call, second call, third call, fourth call, the total USDT on first call to fourth call, let's say is 130, and your first buy is 20. So that 130 plus your first buy is what? 150. So you have 150 that the robot will sell. If you are taking a profit of 3%, you're going to give it 3% of 150. But when it comes to margin call 5, 6, 7, upward, up to 100, it will sell it and give you a profit of what? If you are putting 2%, you can put 2% on 5 margin call 5, 1.5% on margin call 6, 1.3% on margin call 7, like that. You can differentiate the percentage. That means it's looking at it differently. You can sell them at a different take profit. Do you get? Now, when you come to sub-beam mode real-time settlement, sub-beam mode, you are telling the robot, now, if you put it on warehouse mode, that's what it will, that's how it will look at it. Now, if you have 7 margin calls and you put it on warehouse mode like this here, if it has bought the 5th call or 6th call, you cannot change it again. You can't change it to sub-beam mode real-time settlement. I repeat, if you have more than 4 margin calls, let's say 5 margin calls, and you put it on warehouse mode, if it has bought the 5th margin call, it will not allow you to put it on sub-beam mode real-time settlement. I go again for the last time. If you have 7 margin call, another example, and you made a mistake, you did not put it on sub-beam mode real-time settlement, you allow the robot to have bought the 5th call, 6th call, or 7th call. Now, if you want to switch back to this sub-beam mode real-time, it will not allow you. That's why you keep on receiving that message. Because you have already asked it to look at it as a single entity. So you can now go and stop it, not to look at it as a single entity. That's it. Now, what is the difference? What about sub-beam mode? Sub-beam mode. This sub-beam mode, you're telling the robot that, robot, when you buy my 5th cord or 6th cord, if you sell it, use the profit to buy the coin again for me. For example, I have $200 on 5th call, $300 on 6th call, $400 on 7th call, and I made a profit of, let's say, $10 on the 7th call. You are telling the robot, if you put it here, you're telling the robot to use that $10 to buy that coin again. Your profits to buy that coin again. That's what you're telling the robot. But when you put it on this sub-beam mode real-time settlement, you are telling the robot that if you make a profit of, for instance, $10 on the 7th call, it should give you your $10. That's why I say real time. As you are telling it, give me my profit, don't use it to buy the coin. That is what that guy that posted on the chat, on the group, what he did today. That's what he did. He made $68 on his $5,000. That guy is good, he's paying attention. Ever since he activated Royal Key, he's in my team. He has been pressurizing me, he's on my neck every day, 247. That's the kind of person I love. You get? So now you get the difference, Queen Hope.
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can differentiate them now.
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right. So any other question? Any question again?
Okay, I was going to ask that you take a this signal that you normally drop, like you take a particular signal and go through the okay, now I saw
I'm listening. Maybe you look at your network. Your network is cracking.
Or something. Now they set preset and this current price and all of that. Up today, any other day, like it's okay. You train. Okay, can I hear you right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Except I can hear you, but just that sometimes.
Yeah, just okay. It's raining heavily here, so I was going to say that maybe in another class, you could just help us take one particular signal. For instance, I saw Acro. We have a preset price. Yes, we know that. We know what the take profit means. We know that the one shot and sub-beam, all that, and all that. Then first call to fifth call. What does it mean? And then maybe just go through again. It's typical, maybe not today. Yeah.
Okay, I get your point. Hello. I hope I've not lost you.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
I get your point. That will be, you want me to pick a signal, then I will show you guys how I pick the signal and what each parameter of the signal means. Is
No,
that
no,
what you
no,
mean?
no, don't show us how to pick a signal. Just any signal, you just tell us about the parameters. That's all.
Oh, okay, I get you. I get your point.
We already know how to
That
pick
will
the
be,
signal. We've been taught in this class.
okay. But what I want to share with you guys today, you cannot even see it on YouTube channel. There is no any YouTube channel you will see it.
Some people are new here. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, if you are new here, just keep ascending. Because after the end of the tactics, this is third margin. I have 5 ways of trading. But I started with 1, 2, and today I'm going to finish the 3 before I will drop the video this Friday. Friday or Saturday, you will see the video on YouTube channel. Now, I can go over it again just to ensure that everybody masters it. I repeat, you cannot see it on any YouTube video. Any YouTube, you can't see this on any. Go and Google it, you can see the style there. Do you get? So it's very important for you to master this before even the bull season starts proper. So that when everybody is running helter skelter to master a skill, you already have it. Look at somebody in Ghana, one of my mentees in Ghana. He's trading with $100. He has already made 12% of his capital within less than 10 or 15 days. Paying attention. That guy he paid attention and he's using what I've taught him to enjoy himself. Some of you here, some of you in that 300, they don't even attend Zoom. You just see him only when he's facing challenge. That's when he will not say, my coin is not selling. Oh. Is that how Dangote live his life? Or Elon Musk? Or Mark Zuckerberg? He did not. If Mark Zuckerberg took his Facebook, the way he treated his Facebook, the way you are treating a royalty, do you think he would have been among the top 10 richest person in the world? Ask yourself that question and give yourself the answer. Treat royalty the way Mark Zuckerberg treated his Facebook, treated his Instagram that you are using, treated his WhatsApp that you are using. If he has treated them, the 3 applications, just the same way you are treating a royalty, not paying attention, do you think he would have been among the top 10 richest on the world? Please answer the question on the chat box. Yes or no? Help me answer the question. Do you think he would have been the richest among the top 10 richest in the world? The question is the answer. I can see it. Maybe the remaining people don't want to answer. Let's be sincere to ourselves. So it means that if you want to be like Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk, who is the owner of Tesla, producing electric motors that don't need fuel, you only charge it, 25 minutes is fully charged. It means that we have to treat our royal queue, because our royal queue is our business, just the same way Tesla is his own business. The same way he's treating his business, that's how we should also treat our royal queue, so that we can also be like them, because we are following what they did. If you see somebody is rich, follow what he did. If you follow what he did, you can also be like him. Of course, you will face challenges. The same challenges he also faced, that's how you also face, because you need to face challenge to know the value of what you are, of the success. Now, any other question? Queen Hope, I think I will answer that your question in our next class. Is that okay, Queen Hope?
Very, very, very okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, all right. And Dr. Promise, King Promise, can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
All right, thank you very much, sir. Yeah. Thanks for taking out your time to to put us through. My question goes this way, okay? After opening like 7 margin calls, okay, and the market dips till the 6th margin call, okay, and there's an uptrend in the market, okay. So you've collected profit in your 6th call, you've collected profit in your 5th call. Do you stop the margin calls in case there's a downward trend again? do you stop the margin call from going down, or you just have to just keep it like that?
Okay, I get your question now. It depends on you. One of my friends today is even doing what you just said now. Depends on how you understand the chart. Now, the margin call drop that we are using, averagely the coin will hardly would go and buy them, hardly go and buy all the margin calls. But even if it does, you find out that you are not in a mess concerning a floating loss of big floating loss like -70, -80. No, the reason why we are using margin call is to be making money when downtrend. When the coin goes against us, we want to be making money when the coin goes against us. And when it doesn't go against us, we also want to make money. Forget the fact that some people say Royal Q, you can only make money uptrend. That is absolutely lie, except you don't know how to settle the robot. Now you can see if the robot has sold the 6th core, has sold the 5th core, right? It depends on you. You can decide to go and check on the chart. Is it going to go deeper? If it's going to go deeper, you cannot stop the margin call. When it has finished going deeper, you can open the margin call so that it will buy small, it will not buy all. It's up to you. But if you stick to the setting, either magic 1, 2, or 3, you stick to the setting, even though it buys all the whole margin call, it can still be giving you money, pending when it will sell it completely. Have I answered your question?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you've done that.
No, feel free to ask questions if there's anything. We want to ensure that anybody on RQTMI Signal group, and as long as you're in that group, you should be able to understand everything about Royalty.
All right. So, sir, like
so feel free to ask questions.
Like you already said, he said you could, when you look at the chart, you discover that there will be a dip in the market. You could possibly just stop it for the while. And once the dip has really occurred, if you have enough capital, then you can now turn on your margin calls back, is it not?
Yes.
Okay.
If it has dipped, let's say 70% dip, that is, you are seeing the stochastic in between the 50 RSI and 0 RSI. We have it start from 0, then goes to 20, 30, 40, up to 50, 60, 70, 80, then 100. The RSI. I don't know whether you know what I'm referring to as RSI.
Yeah, I do, but I'm not really conversant much with the trading.
Let me share my screen.
All right, sir.
Sorry, still loading. Sorry, guys, my chart is still loading. Okay, I think I will use this as an example. This is an example of cover, right? This is an example of cover. Let's see what he is saying is it has already gone up and it's going down now, but you can see the RSI is going to the buy zone. It's already coming down to 0. And when it gets to this place, the next thing to do is to go up. So I can decide to open my margin when I see the RSI is close to this green line, which is 0 RSI. Either here on the 20, you can see it's reading 22 now. You see it? It's reading 22. Dr. King Promise, can you see it?
I'm seeing it. I'm following.
Now you can see if it's getting,
yes,
it has reached, it is reading 22 now. I can open my margin call. Why? Because I know that it should just buy a bit, then be selling for me. Sell and 6 and 7, 6, 7 margin calls for me. Depending when to now go up and sell everything. So I can decide to stop my margin call and wait for the stochastic to go to 20 or 30, coming down, not up, coming down. You can see this one is coming down. So as it's coming down now, it will come down to buy the margin call. Then next it goes up. As it's going up, it will now sell the 5th and 6th again. Or I can decide to set my take profit and leave it like that for me, like that, and we'll go and wait. Either ways is okay. If I'm using either magic 1 or 2, magic 1 that involves 20 margin calls, magic 2 that involves 7 margin calls, all depends on how you are going to set the robot and how you are going to pick the signal. All of them have their way of picking signal, although you can use the setting for any signal I post on the group. But
Yeah,
if
I
you
understand you perfectly now, sir.
Yeah, but if you want to follow the way it is, like this is a coin I posted on the chat on the signal group. I think I posted cover. You can see because of the fact that I'm using a call drop of 20, of which I say you guys should use. I think I was using 4 point something as margin call drop for each of the call. You can see it's anybody that's used this that picked this signal is not in a mess. Anybody that picks this signal, it has bought up to 5 or 6 or if you're using 7 margin calls. So the next thing to do now is to sell them for you. As you can see, this is the 4-hour chart. It's already on the buy zone now. What you just need to do, it doesn't have a choice than to go up. Even if you go down a bit, it should just the only option it has now is to go up. Even if it goes down a bit, it's going to go up. That's the only option it has. And mind you, tomorrow is a very big day in crypto. Job data is going to come out. Unemployment rate is going to come out. If all of them are good, my brother, you don't see the market green everywhere. We need job data to be bad. That is to say, the rate of unemployment is high. The percentage rate of unemployment should be high. That's what we're looking at. I think I'll post it on the group tomorrow morning. Thank you very much, King Promise.
All right. Thank you very much.
So, any next person? Just put up your hand. Then I call you or mute yourself and ask a question. Hello. If you have a question, put up your hand. If you don't know how to put up your hand, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah. Good evening, Coach Salisu.
Okay, good evening.
Godwin.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
King
Nice for
Godwin.
the updates. We're actually following the class, enjoying it, but trying to grasp what we didn't know. I think for newbie like me, it would be nice if we get definition of some of these terminologies that actually know what you're saying. As per the magic code, the stuff you're actually dishing out. Yes, I'm seeing sense in it, but because the fact that I don't have the fundamental knowledge, it still look like abstract to me. I think this is my small concern anyway.
Okay, so I told you that. I hope I've not lost you. Okay, you're still on the call. I told you that it's only when you practicalize the theory you're hearing. If you say go by just hearing the theory, you just hear it and it will just enter your ear and you forget. You can't get it, except you practicalize what I'm saying. Okay. Although I get your point, I will go through it. I think because of time factor, I know most of us have gone to work and we are tired. We're just trying to force our eyes to come and listen to this lecture. I think I would hold a section after this. I will pause a little because I wanted to go like magic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. But now I will pause a little. On Sunday, I will treat manual replenishment and how to open margin calls. Okay. Yes, I've done that. I will repeat it, then add it with this terminology you're referring to. Okay, but if I Sunday, right? Yes, on Sunday, 9 p.m. Okay. If I've explained it, maybe you can go over the video, watch the YouTube video again, just to make sure that it enters your mind, it sticks to your mind. But mind you, I'm still reiterating my word. It is in the doing. If you don't practicalize and punch
Analyze
those
it.
parameters,
Yeah.
you can never get it. You might
Okay.
get it it depends. I don't know how. Everybody's understanding is different,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You might get it, or you might get it halfway. But if you want to get it 100%, the same thing that is happening in the market when you go to the market to buy tomato, that's what is happening in Royal Q. You get, but
Okay.
it's just that the parameters is making somebody confused. And what is
Yeah,
margin
yeah.
call drop? What is margin multiple buy-in ratio? What is margin call and buy whole position take profit callback? All these things are
Exactly.
terminologies in the market. I will explain that on Sunday if you attend
Entry
it.
point, closing point, buy, take profit. All those ones.
I will explain it
Okay.
on Sunday 9 p.m.
Okay, good to hear. I'll be happy to be there.
All right.
Okay,
So,
I appreciate it, man.
I think somebody dropped. Okay, somebody even type a question. Thank you very much, Queen Wealth. He said, you can look at the chart. He said first buying amount, the first purchase price when starting the robot. Oh, okay. This guy that asked this question is a newbie. As he doesn't even even the definition you're saying. Yeah, I think it will go away. I think it will also help you if you have this.
If I can send this to my WhatsApp, I'll be very happy, please.
I'll do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Or you can copy it from the chat. Somebody just dropped it.
Copy it from the chat. How do I do that?
Yeah. Just go to the chat and long press.
Okay.
Or Queen Wealth, you can drop it on the group. Queen Wealthy, you can drop it on the group. Okay, next person, I think we have iPhone. King iPhone, I think iPhone. You want to ask a question?
Okay. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good evening, sir. Sorry,
Yeah,
it's
good
my
evening.
time zone.
Yeah. I'm listening.
Okay, sir. Sir, please, my question is based on this magic one that you did.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, the whole position take profit callback, and the buy callback, and the sub position take profit callback. The first one you did, I saw 0.001. Then on Sunday, when you were trying to review that, you made mention of 0.01. So I'm a bit confused.
No, it's 0.01.
Okay, 0.01.
Yes, 0.01 for all of them. But when you're using 7 margin calls, it's 0.1.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That's
okay,
if you're using magic call 2. Magic 2, you'll be using 0.1.
Okay.
The reason why you're using, somebody will say, why am I using 0.01 and I'm using 0.1 here? I'm using 0.01 because I have 20 margin calls. I can accommodate 20 margin calls. So I need the robot to be buying and selling for me quickly. But I have 7 margin calls, right? I want to make good profit a bit, which is 0.1.
Okay.
Even when the robot wants to sell for me between the 5th, 6th, and 7th margin call, that's why I'm using 0.1.
Okay.
This I will explain on Sunday 9 p.m.
Okay, sir.
I will run you guys through the features of Royal Q, starting from home, strategy, mind, news. I will run you guys through so that a newbie that don't even understand those things will have a basic understanding of the application itself. Before I will now go to each of the parameters in the likes of first buying amount, the likes of margin call drop, whole position take profit callback, buy-in callback, sub position take profit callback, distributor take profit allocation. All these things I will explain. If you want to hear it, come with your prospect or come with anybody that has already joined your team. It is your responsibility. If you collect $30 as a V1 or $40 as a V2 or $50 as a V3 and you do not teach the person, don't forget, God is watching you because Royal Q has paid you to teach that person. That's why some people don't succeed. Why do you think that some people, some leaders in Royal Q, they go and do Ponzi? You think it's a curse on them because they didn't teach the team members. God decided to punish them by swaying their mind to Ponzi, and they lose money and they also lose integrity. You don't need to stress yourself in this business. I don't know how to teach. Not everybody can be a teacher. I don't know how to teach. Bring the person, you and the person, you have to show good example. You don't just go and share the link of the meeting with them and you don't attend. You need to attend. I'm in Zoom. Oh, come and join and learn. Oh, they are on Zoom with you. They know that this guy is a good leader. When they are listening to what the person I'm saying, as like that, anything they don't understand, they get back to you. If they get back to you, you don't know it. You come back and ask the leader that is teaching the Zoom so that you are teaching that person. You have to pay for that $40. It is not just be collecting or $30 and you forget the person. That is why a lot of people today, when they start RoyalQ, they'll stay away from RoyalQ because there is no how you understand this robot. And especially the trading view, and you stay away from it's not possible. I say you don't know what you're doing, you don't understand. You get?
Yes,
That's
sir.
why I say from the beginning, I say treat RoyalQ the same way Mark Zuckerberg. I'm repeating this because of those that came in late. Treat RoyalQ the same way Mark Zuckerberg is treating his Facebook, is treating his WhatsApp, is treating his Instagram. You can see WhatsApp have come up with new features of voice notes.
Yeah,
you can
voice
now use
note.
voice notes. Now, is it not hard work that's making him to bring in that innovation just to make sure that his business is moving? How many innovation have you bring to make sure that you know how to sell your RoyalQ to somebody? He's also looking forward to see how he can sell his business using WhatsApp to people. That's why he's bringing that innovation. You too, why don't you bring innovation on how you can go and bring in people to join your business? Ensuring that you follow how the videos are there in YouTube. Watch it, understand it. If you don't know it, come to the group and ask. Even if your upline is not there, you have mentor. If your mentor is not there, you are in the group. Ask the group, send the question in the group. Although 300-day challenge group is not a group for question and answer. Come to this Zoom, ask your question until you understand. You have no reason why you should not succeed in RoyalQ because everything is there. Except if you are Ponzi mindset, you already have that Ponzi mindset. I want to make the money quick.
You lose it quick.
Exactly. I used to say this before I go into what I want to teach today. I used to say this: if you are into Ponzi, it's the same way as if you are trading futures. When the market goes against you, you lose your money. The same thing with you. When the market goes against you, your money is gone. I think exactly. Godwin, you can see the information.
Yes, I did the long press, but I cannot copy. I don't know. It's showing me just only emojis. I don't know.
Just snapshot it.
Okay. And that's another option. So
okay. So sir. Now, I think in the absence of no question again, is there anybody that has a question again?
I have a question.
Okay, King Young. Yeah, I can listen. I'm hearing you.
Yes, good evening, sir. I would like to ask a question. Like this strategy, is there a way that you can put it up on? It will be on the RoyalQ server that people who want to take your own trade, they can just log into that strategy and be copying like copy trading.
No, that copy trading has conditions there are conditions you need to meet before you can be able to become a copy trader in RoyalQ. Just like there are conditions you need to meet for you to be a mentor. You have to be a V2 member. That's how it is there too. Do you get?
I get you.
I can't remember the conditions. I think I used to have it. I can't remember it because I don't do that. If not, I would have just sent the conditions to you. If you meet the condition, you can go and apply to be a copy trader.
Okay.
So you can make money there too. Yeah, what other question?
There is the other hour chart on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart. What value of RSI do you look at to really ascertain when to open your margin call again after a long tip for the RSI value of a stochastic?
Oh, okay. Now you are referring to I want to open margin call, isn't it? You want to open margin call. Let's say your coin has gone beyond minus 25% and you want to open margin call. That's what you are
Yes.
referring to.
Yes, yes.
Now, I think that this question of yours is the same thing that Queen Hope asked, and I said I will address it on Sunday. So if you want to know how to open margin call when you are in floating loss and still be minting good money, attend 9 p.m. Sunday class, because it's not something I can just talk about now. It involves you putting your money. I need to take my time to explain it so that everyone will understand. Are you clear?
Yes, I'm clear. Yes, I'm clear.
Okay, thank you. Any other question before I teach what I want to teach today? Please, when you're in this call, feel free to ask questions. Write your question down even before you come to this class. Write your question down. If I'm attending to your question like that, before you know, you'll be an expert in REIQ. Next year, you'll be shocked with what is going to happen. March, April, when Bitcoin starts to pump to 60, 70, $60,000 per unit. You'll be shocked with coins. That's when some people will now be looking for videos on YouTube, looking for who will teach them. That's why it's good now you will pay attention. You have 6 months to go for this year. And even on this year, Bitcoin can still move. We're looking at $46,000 before the end of the year. Okay, so in the absence of no question, I think I will explain the magic of 3. Don't forget, I say that you can use the signal I post on the group. However, the signal I post on the group, you can use any of the strategy to trade that signal. Any of the strategy to trade that signal, provided that you set the robot the same way you see me set it on the YouTube videos. Just set the robot the same way you see me set it on the YouTube videos. And also, I said that you can use the signal. If you are using Magic 1, just go to your trading view. Before I start for today's class, let me just explain something. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, you can see it very clear, sir.
Okay, so you just go to your trading view. If you have already loaded all the whole of the 79 coins on your trading view of ROIQ on your trading view, just go to search percentage. You tap on the arrow at the top here, top left corner here. You can trade without analyzing any coin. I don't want to. You can actually. I don't want to know anything about chart. I don't want to know. Just once you have loaded the whole of the 79 coins, just go here. You see this place, this arrow pointing up and down. Tap on it. When you tap on it straight, then tap on search by change percent. Search like this. When you tap on that, there, you tap on it. Search by change percentage. You can see it to arrange it according to the ones that are doing well. You tap on it again, go back again. You to arrange it according to the ones that are not doing well. So when it arranges according to the ones that are not doing well, you know anyone that is you want to trade. For example, if it is -3 and above, you can use Magic 1 that involves 20 margin calls. You can see like this max now. I'll just go. I don't need to analyze any coin. I'll just go and pick it. My maximum take profit is 3%. I'll just go and put 3%, load my Magic 1 setting on each, and that's all. If it sells, I come back and check which one is the most deep. The most deep here is mask. Which one is the most deep? If it sells, which one is the most deep? And if I get it, the most deep must have -3 and above. You can see like this one now is having -3 and above. Simple, I take my 3%. I don't want to analyze any coin. But if I want to use Magic 2 on this tactics, I will just go after it has arranged. The most deep must have -5% and above. -5% and above. I repeat, if I want to use Magic 2 tactics to trade without analyzing coin, I'll just go tap on that chart percentage. When it has arranged itself, I'll just go and tap on it. If it's showing -5, mostly around Nigerian time, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, you see coins are going down. You can go and wait for that and check. I'm not saying it's most every time, or sometimes you might see that is not showing. Now, around that time, you see minus 5%, pick it and trade. It will give you 3%. Yeah. Make sure you follow the setting that you see on that view. Follow the setting and follow instructions so that you don't face any challenge. You get Magic 2. Ensure that it's showing minus 5%. Somebody will say, why are you doing that? Yes, Magic 2 is covering for 15% dip, 15 or 18% dip. So when you pick a coin that is having minus 5%, it means that it has to go further deeper by 15% for it to be out of the market. That means the coin will have to go down to 20%. It's difficult for it to go there. Now, somebody will say, why are you using minus 3 for 20 Magic 1, for 20 margin call? Yes, if the coin has dipped by minus 3%, if I enter it, it will have to dip further by 20%, which is very, very difficult. And so that's why I see the maximum take profit is 3% and I'm out. I keep doing that. I don't need to analyze any coin. Give this to a newbie that don't need to, that don't understand the Fibonacci, Bollinger Band, and Stochastic RSI. So that you keep making money. Once they see money, they will start calling their friends. Ah, this thing is working. Royal Key is working. Oh, hey, you know that's what a newbie want to be seeing. His coin is selling quickly before he will now master the trading view. That's it. So let's go for today's class, which is Magic 3. Like I showed you guys, I'm mentioning there are different ways of setting the robot. I'm just showing you guys. Now let's go for Magic 3. Or just the minimum you can use for Magic 3 is what? $100. Just like for Magic 2 is $100. Magic 3 is $100. Just go to your mind. If you're using an iPhone, you start from my policy setting. If you're using an Android phone, you start from my strategy setting. You tap on it, then you tap on the pen. If you have added a setting before, you see it's loaded like this. But if you have not, I think I will have to delete some. Now, if you have not, it will show like this. Then you can see every other thing remain. I'll change this 20 to 15. This is how you set Magic 3 tactics. First buying amount is 15. I'm using $100. Minimum is $100. I'm using $100. My first buying amount is 15. Either strategy, either tactics is okay. I'm using $100 and I want to use Magic 3 to trade. The first thing I do is I change that first buy to 15, and I'm using 7 margin calls. I'm using 7 margin calls. I'm using 7 margin calls. I will just go straight. Now, I will just go straight. I'm using 7 margin calls. I change this. This one remains 1.3%. It depends on how I analyze the coin. Every other thing remains the same. As you see it like this, you can take a snapshot. Every other thing remains the same. Every other thing remains the same like this. I'm using 7 margin calls. Every other thing remains the same like this. Don't forget I change the first buy to 15. And my remark is 100. Radical is the risk type. And then I go to margin configuration. Every other thing is now. I'll make here 1%. Next is 3%. 1%, 3%, 1%, 3%, 1%, 3%. So I will explain why it's like that. 1%, 3%, 1%. Now, if you add everything, 1 plus 3, you have 4. 1 plus 1, you have 5. Plus 3, 8. Plus 1, 9. Plus 3, 12. Plus. No, it has to be 15. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 15. It has to be 15. 1, 3, 4, 8, 12. It has to be 15. Let me add it again. 4, 8, 12, 15. So you see, I have 15% dip. 15% dip. You see it? 15% dip. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 3. Now, why is this so? Why am I doing this? Here remains. Now, don't forget, Magic 3 is what we are using on the 300 days challenge, where we say 25% is the first buy. Now, 25% of my first buy is what? If I go to my calculator, 25% of first of 100 times 100. What do we see? $25. My first buy is $25, right? If my first buy is $25 and I already have $100, so I want to use $25 as my first buy. Well, we do know that we used to say our 25% of our capital is the first buy. Now, if 25% of my capital is first buy and I'm using $100, that means $25 will be my first buy. But don't forget, my first buy is already 15. So if I take out 15 from this 25, what is left? $10. $10 will be left. I'm coming. Sorry. Now, $10 will be left if I take out 15. 25% of my capital is $25. If I say 25 divided by 100, it times 100, it gives me 25. $25 is my first buy. Now, if I take $15 as my first buy, what is left? $10. So that $10 is what I'll put on the first margin call so that it will pick it. And as it pick it, it has to drop 1%. Oh, let me admit this guy. It has to drop 1%. As you can see, it has to drop 1%. Oh, I've lost it. Sorry. Here is 15, sorry. 15. Then my margin configuration 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, then 3. Now, it has to drop 1%. If my first buy, my 25% of my capital is $25. I've already taken $15 as my first buy from that $25. Then what's left is $10. Now I'll put $10 here. $10 here. So that immediately it drops by 1%. It will pick this $10 to make it 25, which is my 25%, $25 completely on the coin now. So now what is left is $75. What is left is $75.
Sorry, Coach.
Yes.
Please, can you come again? 10 times. That will be 10 times 15.
No, I'm putting $10. This is not what you type here. You are going to type 10 divided by 15. Do you get? You are going to type 10 divided by 15, which is 0.66. That's what you type here. Or 67. That's what you type here. I'm only just telling you that now I'm putting $10 there. If you say 0.66 times 15, it gives you 9.9.
Okay,
right?
fine.
Or 0.67. If you round it up to 2 decimal place times 15, it gives you $10. You can see it. 0.67 gives you $10. I'm putting $10 on that first call so that it will just pick. Because of the way I'm going to pick the coin on my trading view, it will hardly go against me. I say if it dropped by 1%. So you have what? 0.67 as my first buy for the first margin call. Sorry, as my number of buy on the first margin call. Somebody will say, I'm not going to confuse anyone. Anyone you pick, if I decide to stick to margin call 1, it's up to you. If I decide to stick to margin call 2, it's up to you. If you decide to stick to margin call 3, it's up to you. 4 and 5 are coming on the way. Anyone you pick is up to you. When you have options, in fact, margin call 4, sorry, magic 4 is a way that you can trade circle. How you can trade circle without experiencing any bloody floating and be making money consistently. That one is there coming, which is very good for bull season, where you can just put your coin on circle and be enjoying. Minimum you can put is $1,500. All this will be explained on that magic 4, sorry. Now you've already put, that means that if the coin, if you enter with $15 If you enter with $15, now if the coin drop by 1%, it should use $10 added to the $15 to make it 25% of your capital. Are you guys following me?
Yes, very clear.
Yes.
Now, don't forget, you are left with $75. This is what they call money management. You don't need to have big capital. Small capital can give you good money. Now, you are left with $75. If you take out, you don't forget, you've already taken 15 and 10 from your capital. So which is $25 minus 100. That means you have $75 that is left. You want to spread this 75 across the 6th margin call that is remaining. 6 margin call that is remaining. 6 margin call that is, what are you going to do? Times 20%, which is 20% of $75 is what? $15. Now you are going to use this $15 in 3 different places. You are going to use this $15 in 3 different places. So you are going to divide by 3. We have $5. We have $5. Now this $5 divide by 15, which is the first buy, to give you what you are going to type on the multiple buy ratio. So you have 0.33. We go back here. Now somebody will say, but in Binance, you don't, the minimum buy is, yes, we know, we are trying to compress more capital on our royalty so that you can still be making good money. That's the goal. 70% of people using royalty. I repeat, 70%, I will go back, I will repeat it. 70% of people using royalty, they don't have capital. For me, I used to say it, I think I said it in my last class, somebody said I'm intimidating him. Me, until when I see $100,000 and above on my royalty, that is when I know that I have capital. All these $10,000 or $5,000 is not capital. For me, that's my own opinion, personal opinion. Everyone is entitled to his or her own opinion. My brother, when you have $100,000, the minimum you can make is 10 million naira in a month. 10 million naira in a month. But the question is not just having the capital. Do you have the skill? That's another thing. That's why you need to pay attention to learn the skill. Now, I repeat, after taking out the first call, which means I've taken out what, $25 from my $100, I am left with what? $75. I'm left with $75. So that $75, 20% of that $75 is what? $15. Because I'm going to use this $15 in 3 different places in that 6 margin call that is left. That's what I'm going to divide by 3. We have $5, which means I'm going to use $5 in 3 different places on that 6 margin call that is left. Now, I'm not going to type $5. I'm going to type 5 divided by 15 because 15 is my first buy. Whatever I'm going to put on my multiple buy ratio is that amount of money I want to put there divided by the first buy. That's what I'm going to type there. So I have 0.33. I'll now go to my royal queue. I put, oh, I lost it. So I have 15 here. Everything remains the same. Change to this place. You have 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 3. You have 0.67 here. Now I have 0.33 here. So which means if the robot wants to buy that second call, it has to fall by 3%, and it will use 0.33 times 15. You can see I have 4.95. Are you guys with me? I adjust it to 334 so that I'll have $5 there. That 33 will not work. I need that $5 to be there. That's why I'm using 0. It's not as if you have, I said minimum. We are trying to compress small capital. Minimum you can use any amount you have, so long as it's not below $100. Let's say $150 can also work. Right? So you have 3.34 here. Then the next one, I jump the third call, I go to fourth call, 3, 4. I jump the fifth call, I go to sixth call, 3, 4. You can see. Then don't forget, I started with second call, I jumped the third call, I put 0.34. I jumped the fifth call, I put 0.34. I have sixth call. Then I go back to my calculator again. 80% of that 75 is what? $60. Divided by what? Divided by 3, because I'm going to use it on the remaining 3 places. Divide by 3, we have $20. Then divide by what? First buy, which is 15. We have 1.33. So I just go to my calculator, 1.33. I'll start from the third call because I'm done with the first and second. Third call, 1.33. Fifth call, 1.33. Then the last one, 1.33. Now you see, I'm done with this. Now somebody will say, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Let me explain to you. Let me prove it to you. Now I am telling the robot that if the price fall by 1%, use the remaining $10 that will make the amount of money on the coin 25% of my capital to buy. But if you want to buy with this, which is what? 0.34 times first buy, which is going to give me what? $5.71. Make sure the price has fallen by 3%. So you can see it will take some time before you to buy. It has to fall by 3%. Because I don't want you to quickly buy. You exhaust the margin calls for me. Are you guys with me? Are you guys following?
Yes, please.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Now,
we are.
if it has bought the second call, before you go and pick my third call, before you pick my third call, you let it fall by 1%. Then you use what? 1.3% to buy, 1.33 to buy, which is 1.33 times 15. You get? That's like $15 or 15% or 15% to buy. Are you guys still following?
Yes, we are.
Now, if you want to buy the fourth call, let it drop by 3%. You can see it will take some time. I'm preventing the robot to quickly buy because I already have 25% upfront there. So even if it doesn't buy the margin call, I already have 25%. But I just want to prevent it from buying my margin call quickly. That's why I'm using 3 and 1. Are we together? So now you have this. Use 0.34 to buy. If you want to buy the fifth call, you wait for it to drop 1.1%. Then use this to buy. Now, you could observe that I'm using this 1.3. I'm using small money to buy, then big money to buy. Small money to buy, then big money to buy because I want to attack floating loss. I'm using $5.1 to buy here. I'm using 15 to buy here. So I'm buying 3 times of this. Every time it buys with small price, if it's buying the next, it use big money, that's 3 times of that to buy. Every time you can see, if you go to your calculator, you go to, okay. Did I go to my calculator? Now I see 0.34 times $15, 5.1. 1.33 times $15, give me 19.95. So you see, every time it buys with 5.1. How many 5.1 is in 19.55? 19.95, 5.1. It gives me 3. I'm using close to 4 times the buy. Every time you use small money to buy, it's using big money to buy. It will attack the floating loss. You can't see this YouTube channel. There's no YouTube channel you see this. So it's better you attend classes to understand, or you watch you record it. So that's how we set it up. Now, the reason why we are going through this way, okay, somebody is saying, come here, and we allow someone to add. The reason why we are using this is because the way we are going to pick the coin if I go back to the chart, in a way that it will hardly come and go, it will hardly buy margin calls. So that even if it doesn't buy the margin calls, I already have 25% of my capital upfront. Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, type a 1 on the chat box. Sorry, type a yes on the chat box. Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, type a yes on the chat box. Okay, okay, I think everyone understands what I'm doing here. Now, if you want to know whether you are correct, now let's go. We have 0.34 in 4 places, 3 places, 1.33 in 3 places. I go to my calculator. 0.34 times 3, 1.02, 1.33 times 3. We have 3.99 plus 1.02 plus 0.67. Right? Plus 0.67 gives me 5.68 times 15. It gives me what? 85.2. Then plus first buy, which is 15, gives me 100 and point. You can see my capital $100.2. So the total capital for this setting is $100.2. In case you want to go and watch it later, $100.2. So what is this guy? Okay. I think I'm done for the setting. The next is to go and pick the coin on TradingView. Does everyone? So you can see it covers for 15% dip. If you add 1 plus 3, 4, 1 plus 3, 4, that's 8, 1 plus 3, that's 12, 12 plus 3, that's 15. 15% dip in case the market goes against me. And this setting, you can still use it. You can still use this setting for that same way without analyzing coin. So long as it's 7 margin call, ensure that the most deep is having minus 5% before you pick the coin, and you take 3%, you go. So just imagine, let me bust your brain. Just imagine you are using $5,000 and you try to go by these tactics. 25% of $5,000 is what? $1,250. Now don't forget, your first buy is 15. If you take 1,250 minus 15, you will left with 1,235. You want to compress your first buy and also the first margin call to total money to be that will be there, which should be 25% of your capital. So you now see, if I say 1,250 minus 15, you are left with 1,235. So I'm going to put 1,235 on my first call. Now, what am I going to do? Divide by 15. If I divide by 15, what do you see? So it means if it buy with first $15, the next buy to do is 82.3 times 15. So it means my 1,250 will be on the coin. Now, if it's on the coin, I'm taking 3% if I don't want to analyze any coin. So it's going to give me times 0.03%. That's $37. Good profit. But the question is, how do you go and pick the coin on the TradingView? How? Then the remaining 5,000 minus, 5,000 minus 1,250, which is 3,750. I'll spread it across the 6 margin call. The same way I just showed you guys. So which means that if you set it, if you are going by 33% without analyzing coin, you should be making 3%, 0.03 times 1,250. That's $7 if it sells. If you want to, we don't want to analyze coin. But if you want to analyze coin, you know that's where you can see 5% or 3 or 4%. More than that 3%, you take it. That's why it's good to acquire this key. It will give you an edge over someone that did not analyze. So we want to go to TradingView. Somebody is raising up his or her hand. I think it's Queen Wealth. Queen Wealth, what's your question?
Thank you very much, Coach. I have 2 questions. I'm wondering why you use 20%. Is there any rationale for using 20% and the other one 80%? Why not? Could it have been maybe 70-30? Because I'm still trying to wrap my head around how the bot will buy the 5.1 in Binance.
Binance.
Now, you're asking, like that's why I say you cannot see it on YouTube. There is no any place you can see this. Now, why are you using 20%? I'm telling the robot, for every small buy you are buying, which is 20%, the next buy you're going to buy should be more than 3 times or 4 times that small amount of money you use. That's how you can attach something else. But if it buys, it's less than $20.
Hello, sorry, I don't know whether it's my network. The volume seems low.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you, yes.
No, I was saying that, don't forget, the $100 we are talking about, we are just trying to compress the $100 in a way that we can still be making money. Because majority of our team members don't have capital. True of us.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I say you and I know that majority of our team members don't have capital. True of us. You're not responding.
True.
So that's how we try to see as a leader. You try to see as a leader. That's how we try to see how we can manipulate the robot in a way that those people that have small money, small capital can still be enjoying the royal queue. Now, if the robot is buying, it can buy up to the 6th call or 5th call, 6th call or so, and wait because it has exhausted your capital. And you now see that you want to buy. Hey, can you guys hear me? I think somebody, your background is you're making noise disturbing us, please. Is it Queen Brenda? If the noise in your background is, if your background is noisy, please can you just mute yourself? Now, what is the
let's mute our speaker.
Now, Queen Wealth, the rationale are surrounding we using 20% before the 80% is because of the floating loss. Now, if you are using $5 or let's say you are using $10 and the next thing you are using is $40 to buy after that $10, you can see if you are in a floating loss of 3% with that $10, if you use $40 to buy, please, will you be in floating loss? Maybe you need to answer that question. Maybe let me see whether you understand it.
Still trying to understand, sorry.
I say if you use $10 to buy and you are in a floating loss of 3%, if you inject another $10, what's going to be the floating loss?
It will be minimal.
No, it will be half. It will be half.
Close to the same amount.
No, if you have $10 in a coin and you are in a floating loss of 3%, if you inject another $10, it will reduce the floating loss to 1.5%.
Okay, by half.
Now, if you inject another $20, you now have $20 on the coin, which is a floating loss of 1.5%. So it means if you inject another $20, it's going to reduce the floating loss by half again.
Yes.
Do you get?
Yes.
I mean, I hope I'm not confusing you.
No, I'm getting.
I repeat, you have a $10 in a coin, and you are in a floating loss of, let me use even number instead of odd number. You are in a floating loss of 4%. If you inject that same $10 on the coin, you now have $20 on the coin. Your floating loss will reduce to 2% by half.
Yes.
You now have $20 on the coin with a floating loss of 2%. If you inject another $20 on that coin, it will reduce the floating loss to 1%.
Yes.
Now you now have how much? $40 on the coin.
Yes.
Now, if you inject another $40, it will reduce the floating loss to 0%.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, you are injecting 0.34 0.34. You are buying with $15. If the price falls by 1%, you are using the remaining of your 25% first buy to buy. This, remember when you started using RQTMI tactics, where we say 25% is first buy. This is the same thing we are doing here. But it's just that we are not going to put the 25% as completely the first buy. We are going to take 15% away from the 25% as first buy. Then the remaining leftover will be on the first call. And that's why you're putting 1% so that you quickly pick it. Do you get?
I get it.
Now, after it has picked it, don't forget, if you have $15 on the coin, let's say you have, let me even use example of $300, 25%. Let me see, 25% of 300 is what? Now let me use $300. 25% of $300 is what? $75. Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes.
Now 25% is very important for you guys to understand this first before you now know. In that same way, you are picking the videos you watch on my YouTube channel that showed you that 25% is first buy. It's the same thing we are doing here, but only that we just decide to do it in a different manner. This is the same thing. Now, let me go again. You have $300 and you realize I want to use Magic 3 to trade. It's still the same way. And this is the signal I used to post. That signal I post on the group goes with this tactics, 25% first buy. Now, 25% of my capital is my first buy, which is $75. Ideally, we are going to use what? $75 as first buy, isn't it?
Yes.
But in this case, I'm not going to use this $75 as my first buy. I'm going to use $15 out of the first buy as my first buy. Out of this 25% of my capital, $15 I will take it away from that 25% of my first buy and put it as first buy. If I remove $15 from this, I put it as my first buy. What is left? Minus 15. You are left with $60, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm left with $60. It means that my first call, I'm going to put $60 here.
Sorry, coach. What is the rationale behind using that 15%? I mean, $15 out of that $75.
I don't want to use big money so that I'll not come out. If I use $60 as first buy, right? Now, if I encounter a floating loss of 5%, if I want to reduce that 5% by half, I will need another $60, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
But if I use $15 as first buy, and I'm in a floating loss of 5%, I don't need big money to reduce the floating loss.
Okay.
I only need $15 to reduce the floating loss to 2.5%. Abi? You are entering with small money so that if you have a floating loss, you have big money to attack it.
Exactly.
Are you guys?
Yes.
Now I use $15 and I asked the reason why I'm using 1% as on the first margin call. I'm not trying to confuse anyone. Any tactics you like, if it is Magic 1 you like, pick it and trade. Just like you give somebody your fire, somebody give you options. It is pick anywhere you like. You cannot be eating rice. You have rice, beans, plantain, different food. It's now up to you to pick which one you like. If this one is your favorite, pick it and use. Now, $15 out of my first buy, which is 75. My first buy is 25% of $300. If I like 75, I will take $15 from that 75 and put it at first buy. Now, what is left is what? $60. Now, this $60, I'm going to put it on the first call. On the first call. Now, if I say, I'm not going to type $60 there, I'm not going to type 60, I'm going to type 60 divided by 15, which is 4. It means that if the market drops by 1%, the robot should use 15 times 4, 4 times 15. which is the first buy, to buy. So if you are completely neutralize any floating loss, you just need to agree if it buys. Now, if it has done that, if you want to buy again, I told the robot that use small amount of money. It has to drop by 3%. It has to drop by 3%. Oh, it has clear. I think you understand. It has to drop by, which is the second call, it has to drop by 3% before it will buy. Are you guys with me? Have I lost you guys?
No, you have not. You have
We
not.
are still in order. That's in order.
Okay, so you have 15.
Yes.
You have
coach.
15. Now I'll go back to margin call. Here is 1, 3,
3,
1, 3, 1, 3, 3.
3. That's one.
Now here is what? If I'm using, I use 4. If I'm using $300. So you see, if it drops by 1%, I want you to quickly pick my money that is left to make it 25% that will enter the coin. That's why I'm using 1% here. So you see, if the coin drop by 1%, it will take the remaining money that will make it 25% of my capital to be on the coin. So that way it will attack any floating loss, everything will become green. Once you pick that first call, everything will become green. Now, but if you want to buy again, because I don't want it to quickly exhaust my margin call, I say until when the price drop by 3%. You can see it takes some time for the price to go down by 3%. We use, don't forget, our leftover capital. If you say 300 minus $300 minus 75, you're left with 225. Now, 20% of that money is 45. I'm going to use this 45 in 3 different places. Divide by 3. Now, I'm not going to type $15. I'm going to type 15 divided by first buy, which is 15. Divided by 50. What do you see? 1. So I'm going to use 1 here.
Okay.
Jump the third call, go to the fourth call, 1. I will tell you why I'm jumping. Jump the fifth call, go to the sixth call, 1. You can see I've used it in 3 different places. Then I'm now go to 80% of the 225. What do you see? 180. I'm using it in 3 different places. Divide by 3. We have $60.
That's $60.
Then divide by 15. We have 4.
That's 4.
I'll now go back to third call. I put 4. Fifth call. I put 4. And the last one, I put 4. Now you see, it means that, oh, please, can you just stop that phone, please?
Hello?
Now you see.
Hello?
Hey, please, can you mute yourself?
Eh?
Mute yourself now. So you see, now if it want to buy the second call, it will wait for the price to fall by 3% before it will use $15 to buy. 1 times 15 is 15. If you want to buy the third call, it will wait for the price to fall by 1%. Then use big money, which is what? Big money, which is 4 times 15. That's what? 60. You can see it will nullify any floating loss because you are using 4 times the amount of money to buy. So if it falls by 3%, it should use 1 small money to buy, then big money to buy. You want to use small money to buy and then big money to buy. If it drops by 1%, you should use 4 times 15 to buy. If it drops by 3%, here you find out that everything is green. Before you now go to the 6th call, and 7th call, which is the last one. It's as sweet as that. I hope you guys are
Thank you.
pulling. No? Am I making sense? Hello?
Yes, very clear.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
you're making sense. I'm just also from my own end, I'm also trying to, assimilate to understand from the last analysis you did where you said you use 80% of your $225, okay? Then that 80% of your 225, that gives us 180. So I wanted you to please recap, okay, how you got those your 444 again. That's for the 3rd call, for the 5th call, and for the 7th call, please.
That's 80% of 225 will give you 180. Then you because you're going to use because you're using it in 3 different places. Now say divide by 3, it will give you 60.
Okay.
Then you're not going to use it means you're going to use $60 in 3 different places. Then you now divide by 15, it will now give you 4. So if you want to know whether you're correct, you just go to your
sorry, sorry, sir. You said the 60 after 80 divided by 3 gives me 60. Then I will not do what again?
You know, you are going to use 80% of your 225 in 3 different places. So 80% of 225 will give you $180. So you're going to use $180 in 3 different places. That's why you divide by 3. It will give you 60. But you're not going to type $60. You are going to type $60 divided by $15, which is your first buy. That's why you're getting 4. So it is 4 you're going to type.
Okay.
So if you want to know whether you are correct, just add all these numbers together. Add all these numbers together.
Okay.
Add all of them together. How many 4 do you have? You have 4, 4, and you have 1, 3. You have 1, 2, 3. You have 4 in 4 places, and you have 1 in 3 places. So you have 4 times 4. We have 16. I mean 4 plus 4 plus 4, so that people understand. You have 4 places, then you have 1 in 3 places plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. You have 19, right? You have 19. That 19 times 15, which is the first buy, you have 285. Then plus first buy, which is 15. You can see you have your $300 complete.
Okay, so sir, are you saying that perspective we're always having about 25% of our capital, we should not always bring
It's like that. It's still the same 25% we are doing. You see the same, it's just that we are manipulating it in a way, in a different way. I'm not confusing you guys. That way is working. You guys know that
so
it's
now,
working.
sir, sorry to cut you. Okay.
Yeah.
The question now is that our first buying amount. Okay, that our first buying amount. So it will now be, is it going to be that 60 or is it going to be that 15? Because it initially said if we do $300, okay, we'll do 25% of it. That gives us 75. So if we deduct 15 from it, it gives us $60.
That $60 is what you are going to put on your first call. But you're not going to type 60. You're not going to type $60. Yeah. You're going to type 60 divided by 50.
Okay. Okay.
Do you get?
Yes, sir.
See.
Okay. I repeat. The market. Okay.
Since you started using Facebook, is Facebook the same way the way it is up to today?
No, it's upgrading.
Toyota. The same look. It's still the same Toyota, but in a different way. Abi? Hello. It's like you're not hearing me.
I'm with you, sir. I'm with you, sir. I'm with you. I'm with you, sir.
I said Toyota, all these cars, Boswaji. Is it the same Boswaji that you are using today?
No,
Or
no.
It is Boswaji, but in a different way. Look, the WhatsApp you are using before, there's nothing like WhatsApp status. But the guy decided to bring innovation in that same thing you are doing, just to make it what better.
Yes.
It's not as if the other former WhatsApp is not working, no. But because he's making it better. That's why you're doing this. That one you're doing before 25% is working perfectly. But we don't decide to say, okay, let's see how we can modify it in a way that everybody will keep enjoying RQTMI. Anyone you stick to works. The only thing is follow instruction and stick to the rule. Just like football match, if you don't stick to the rule, they give you red card. Royal Q will give you floating loss if you don't stick to the rule. Okay, I think I've done justice to this. If you
I
don't
like
get
the
it,
fact that with this particular, you can do up to 7 margin calls as against the 5 margin
now
calls.
you are getting my point.
Yeah.
Because the goal is to make money downtrend and uptrend.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
If the market goes against, and the reason why I crack my brain to come out, that's why I say you can never see this on YouTube channel. I challenge anyone to go to YouTube. You think I watch it on YouTube channel? Go and get it from YouTube channel. Come and tell me that you saw this kind of thing there. Because a lot of my team members comes to me, they are even one of my neighbor, he's trading with 3 margin calls with the same $100. The market as goes against him, he can't make money downtrend, only uptrend. So you see, that thing pushed me to say, let me see how I can make it better. You can see with this, with $100, you can still be making money downtrend and uptrend. Some people will say only in futures you can make money the upward is a lie. In this way, if the market goes against you, you're still making money 5th call, 6th call, 7th call, isn't it? True or false?
It's very true.
Very true,
You're
sir.
making money. Now, if the market goes up, it will not sell everything completely. You're not going to pick another one.
Where I was trying to think was the having to buy something less than $10. That was where I had concern.
No, even that $10, yes, if the robot is buying, it will decide it can buy 10 instead of the 5. But the question now is, it can stop at that 6. At least, even if it stop at 6, we are still making money between that 5 and 6.
Okay, no, I was talking about the $5. I was talking about the $5.
That's what I'm saying now. If you are using $5, the robot can decide to use $10 of your money. But before it will finish,
the robot can do that.
Yes, if you tell it to use 5, it can use 10 because the minimum is 10. But it can exhaust your money at the 6th margin call before buying the 7th margin call. But you see that you are still good because you see with your small capital, $100, you can still be making money 5th call and 6th call. 5th and 6th can still be giving you cent, depending on you sell up. That is what that guy that posted on the signal. If you are in 300J challenge group, you see somebody posted a signal, his revenue detail, because that guy is on. The guy he doesn't give me. He's always on my neck trying to learn. So he's using that with his $100. He had made $13 in less than 2 weeks. I think he's not even up to 10 days now. He's still following the same thing I just showed you guys. That's what he's doing.
Okay.
Because he paid attention. It's just for you to pay attention and learn this. What's there? How many minutes? You and I know that our job that we are doing, the day we die, that's the end of it. No matter how much you're paying us, that's the end of it. So it's better to master this as we are growing, as we are spending more years in that job. Our children will also master this, or our wife or husband will also master this. So anytime we are not there, they will continue from where we stop. Okay, I hope okay, I'm not sure you guys are going to pick the call on the trading view. Okay. I think since you have mastered, Okay, what's your question?
Okay. Thank you very much for this insightful teaching. The first technique you taught us, you taught us that when we are compounding, when we have made profit with the first call, first trade, want to set the next one, we add our profit. How does that come into play in this?
Simple. How much did you make? You make, for example, after this coin sell off completely, you made $3. What you just need to do is your first buy will become 75 plus 3. How much is your first buy now? That $3 you made, that $3 you made, you just change that 15 to 18. That $15, change it to 18.
Okay.
If you pick the first call, everything now will be what? 78. Abi?
Yes.
That means you've compounded. Abi? It's very simple to compound now. I repeat, you are using $300 to trade. You want to compound. And 25% of your capital is your first buy. The ways on where I explained to you, I said $15 will be first buy, then $60 will be on the first call. Abi? Now, if your robot picks, let's say first call, second call, third call, and it sell completely, you now made a profit of $3. Now you want to compound for the next trade. You just add that $3 to the $15. When the robot has bought, immediately the robot buy. You now go back and change that. If you add $3 to 15, your first buy will now be $18. Now, if immediately you start the trade, the robot will use $18 to buy. Now you now go back and change that $18 to $15. Simple.
Okay, now I get it. Thank you, sir.
That's the only thing you'll be doing. And you can decide to adjust. If you attend our AMA before the 200-day challenge commence, I say you can decide to readjust the total settings of your robot every month. The total money you have made compounded so far every month, you can decide to adjust the total settings. That is to say, let's say for instance, I made a profit of. You can decide to say I want to adjust the setting every 2 months. It's up to you. Okay, let's say in 2 months I made a profit of, let's say total money I'm having now is, let's say 700. I'm just giving an instance, 700. I can decide to adjust the settings and say 25% of 700.
Okay.
And now do the same thing. Do you get? I can do a factory setting of my setting every 2 months. The reason why some people they don't really know that if you compound your money for the next, if you compound $300 for the next 1 year, 365 days, that is 75% as first buy, which is $75. You are compounding $75, not $300. I'm talking about the remaining money is for safety. If you have $300, it means you are compounding $75. Now, if you have $75, you know that if the robot goes down, it will have to be picking that first call because you're using 1%. There is no how the coin must have to drop sometimes by 1% before it now go and deliver. So if you are using $75 to compound, if you compound $75 in 1 year, you know what that means? Provided you have patience, you don't want to touch that money, you leave it like that. If you leave $300 in bank, GT Bank or Zenith Bank or Access Bank, if you're in Nigeria, will you make that? How many profit you make in 1 year? It's not up to 5% of your capital. But if you put that money in your Binance and you are compounding like this for the next 1 year, patience. Sometimes temptation, you see the profit. Let me just touch this money. If you don't want to touch the money and you compound for 1 year, you know what that means? I think you would answer the question yourself. So that's it. That's how you set the robot. I think we've not gone to how we pick the robot. I pray we'll see a coin. I will explain how you pick the coin.
Okay, sir, please help me admit me into the classroom, please. I'm using another phone to come in again. My battery is down.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think for today, don't you guys think we should continue the next week Sunday? Because I can see time is going and some people will be feeling their eyes are closing and they have to go to work tomorrow.
In this Tinubu administration.
Okay. No, I'm looking at no. If you can, if your eyes are open, what about others? I'm looking at that. That's what I'm saying. Why don't we move it so that on Sunday I will show you guys how you can use the same tactics to pick coin.
Fine. I'm okay. I'm okay to continue. I don't know about others. Possibly we can also shift it to Sunday.
Thank you, Coach. I think the recording will be nice for us to have after this meeting.
And look, I think
very necessary. Very necessary.
you guys should go and watch it. I will just drop the record on the YouTube channel. Then on Sunday, I will show you guys how you can pick coin using the same tactic. The same way this is the same thing that we did on those when we started 300 days challenge. Yes, forget about the fact that we are facing some challenges. I already explained how you guys can open margin calls. I think I'm going to repeat it on Sunday. Please, if you're on this call, try as much as possible to attend so that you not come and be asking questions again that you don't understand this. Attend so that you ask your question live and on one side I'll address the question. So which means on Sunday we have two things. One, I will show you guys how you can use the same tactics to trade, how you can pick the coin. Don't forget we are using 3 indicators: Bollinger Band, stochastic, and Auto Fibonacci. How you can go to the trade, pick the coin, and after picking the coin, and also that's the first topic. The second one will be how can we open margin calls using all these tactics. Then the fourth one is the third thing I'll talk about is how can we do manual replenishment, because manual replenishment is different from opening margin calls. Those are the 3 things I'll talk about on Sunday, 9 p.m. by God's grace. So if you are still yet to understand margin call, Magic 1, Magic 2, Magic 3, go and watch the videos so that you prepare yourself against Sunday. Because next week, I'm going to be talking about preparing you guys for 4 and 5. That 4 and 5 will wrap everything. So if there's any other thing, you can still be seeing small videos there. Those are the 5 ways that I know I'm using to trade. That's what I'm sharing you. I'm sharing it free of charge to everyone. It's now up to you to pay attention. Like I said, it's not mandatory for you to analyze coin. I'll just show you guys how you can pick coin with 3% maximum profit without analyzing any coin. Just go and adjust it. If you are using 7 margin call, ensure you pick the one that is most deep with -5 and above. If you are using 20 margin call, ensure you pick the one that is -3 and above. You don't need to analyze any coin, but maximum take profit is 3%. Same settings. That's one you can give it to anybody that is coming to your reactive team. Give it to them, because if they are seeing profit, immediately they will start run shouting. That's a newbie. That's what they want to be seeing. They want to be seeing his coin selling. Give it to the newbie. You don't want to stretch himself. But if you are analyzing coin, you are better, because you might see 5%, 6%, or 10%. You might see. But somebody that not analyze, maximum you take is 3%, just to be safe. So I think for today, we'll call it a day for today. Thank you very much for attending. I really appreciate your time. Hope to see you on Sunday, 9 p.m.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the knowledge shared. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
All right, now, Queen Wealth. Wait. Am I speaking to Queen Ramat Abraham?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Your voice sounds like her. I used your voice to recognize you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
night.
Good night.